Hey guys, welcome to Reality Check. I'm Huang Jiyuan. We are welcoming a new guest to China, Honduran President Xiomara Castro. In every sense, this is new. It's not just her first state visit to China, but the first by a president of Honduras. Honduras is a country that China is quickly becoming more familiar with. They established diplomatic relations less than 3 months ago after Honduras cut ties to authorities in the Taiwan region. China inaugurated its embassy in Honduras in early June, and Honduras is working to do the same. According to the Honduran foreign minister, the two countries will begin trade talks soon.
This starting of relation has been very positive for Honduras because I think the Honduran people understand the important role in China in the international field. I think Latin America has changed over these years. In particular, the government of President Castro is seeking to improve and to respect that the Honduras is respected in their sovereignty, their internal decision, the autodetermination of the Honduran people. And I think this will be the pathway to development. And these principles are respected by China.
Latin America has changed. Over the past decade, 10 countries have ditched Taiwan authorities and have chosen to establish or resume diplomatic relations with China. 4 are from Latin America, including Nicaragua, El Salvador, Dominican Republic, and Panama. One country has not been happy about this, the United States. Since very early on, it has considered itself the dominant power in the Western Hemisphere and has opposed any country it deems reaching into its sphere of influence. It considers Latin America as its backyard. But today, while the United States is using Taiwan to suppress China's development, countries in the region are not following along. They are either seeing China as top trading partner or cutting ties with Taiwan authorities. The backyard is on fire, so to speak, and the United States seems unable to put it out. Just as China and Honduras were preparing to establish diplomatic relations, the American Institute in Taiwan accused China of making unfulfilled promises in exchange for recognition. In 2018, former U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo warned Panama of doing business with China because of China's, quote, predatory economic activity. Words did nothing. This is how former U.S. Ambassador to Panama John Feely described his experience. I felt frustrated and powerless. I rang every bell in Washington that I could to try to drum up U.S. private sector interest. I asked for the commercial delegation to calm down, and I got nothing. Al Jazeera made an interesting comparison. The United States spent nearly $3 trillion on wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Nearly $55 billion were spent to support Ukraine in mere months. But in Latin America, it allocated less than $2.2 billion throughout the entirety of 2022, even though nearly 1/5 of Americans are of Latin American and Caribbean descent. It's not surprising that the backyard bolted. China has made it crystal clear Taiwan is part of China. China must and will be reunified. So the choice for everyone is simple. Do you prefer recognizing this fact, establish relations with China, and give your people a chance at development? Or do you prefer sticking with a false illusion and deny your people the benefit they could have otherwise enjoyed? The choice is simple.